Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hey Sag, welcome cross watchers for Sagittarius, and if you're brand new to the channel, happy to have you land here. Come in the comments, say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. I like to get our energy working together. I will reply. Eventually I get to everybody. Yeah. It's good energy. We're in a full moon in Taurus as I record this. Beautiful energy. If you are in any of the monthlies, the monthly individual zodiac or the all access pass, the full moon reading will be uploaded later today. It will be there, so come back and check your moments account for that. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Before I jump in, what do we got going on? We've got the full moon. We have Venus moving into Scorpio. Tomorrow we have Pluto semi-squaring the North Node. And that also tomorrow, Pluto is at 1 degree of Aquarius and semi-squaring the North Node, which is in Pisces. And that's sort of like change that ushers us into a new future. So tomorrow's kind of a pivotal day. Venus in Scorpio can be definitely more intense energy in terms of matters of the heart, lots of depth of emotions that may surface, lots of energies of like rebirth, transformation. So it's good, but it's, to be sure, it's not easy. It's not the easiest energy. But I guess what I want to say is the end result is very positive. So keep that in mind as I move through this reading. I'm going to pull from Law of Attraction Oracle for you today. Let's just get an overall energy for your reading. It says manifestation. Yeah. Your thoughts and emotions are actively shaping your reality. Focus on what you want, not what you fear, right? Because your head and your heart have to be aligned in order to manifest anything. And the universe is very literal. It matches energy. So if you're coming from fear, it says, oh, Sagittarius wants more fear. Going to give them more fear. So if you're in a manifestation mode, you definitely want to focus on what you want, not what you fear. Write down your intention in the present tense as if it's already true, right? Act as if. You hear me say that a lot. Feel the emotion of already having it. That makes you an energetic match for what you want, is when you feel what it would feel like to have what it is you desire. You know, it's the way you're going to walk out the door. You know, it's the way you're going to, you know, when you're dressing yourself or you're doing your hair or you're putting on some jewelry, whatever it is, it's a message, right? You're sending a message. It's how you allow your eyes to meet a stranger's eyes at the grocery store. It's, right? It's how you look at your coworkers or colleagues differently and notice something lovely or pure or kind about them and then make sure they know it. Do you see what I'm saying? It shifts your energy and makes you literally like a magnet for that to be sent to you. So I love that you're getting this card. The reverse says, okay, it could have come through reversed. It did not. Your focus may be scattered or negative. Shift your energy by practicing gratitude and visualizing the best outcome. You didn't get that, but I like to let you know what the opposite of what your message is. Okay? So write down your intention. We're in a full moon. Full moons, you know, we talk about release, what's in our way, what are we releasing and purging and, you know, allowing to dissolve to some degree. And we always start a full moon ritual with gratitude. So I love that. And, you know, it's safe to do your rituals now because we're past the peak of the full moon. But you can write down intentions anytime. The new moon is optimal. but you can write them down anytime. So I love your message. Let's see if it kind of presents itself in your reading in any way, shape, or form. That would be cool. So let's see what we get. I'm doing a different kind of a Soulmate Twin Flame spread that I've never used on the channel. I have used it in private readings because it's a little more esoteric, but y'all are pretty sharp, and I think you can follow along. I will tell you as I go through what each card represents, and I'll do that first, and then I'll go back and clarify what, you know, I feel needs more clarity. It might not be every single card. So, and then in the extended, we'll focus on your person. Okay. All right. The links for that are below. Here we go for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Remember, if you're here as a cross watcher, you may need to flip these energies around. That's very normal. We have the Six of Swords. We have the World. We have, oh, the Tower. Yes. We have the Six of Wands. And then we have Judgment. Oh my gosh. And we have the Star. Beautiful. So card number 1 is called Soul Split. How does this person indicate or demonstrate, would be another word, that they are an extension of you? And we get the Six of Swords, and how they indicate or demonstrate it is by believing that there's a path to calmer waters, that we're really all about getting beyond turbulence in this connection and to some peace of mind. So that's the way they're an extension of you. How the soul complement is the World card, and as you know, the World card is Saturn, which is talking about lessons learned. It's the as above, so below, like, you know, we got to get it together so we can close out a difficult cycle and have a new beginning. The complement is, how does this person amplify me or show me how to be better? So this is how they take what's already strong in you and blow it up, or where you may be a little more challenged and then challenge you to be better. And we've got the World card, which is all about closing out difficult chapters, learning the lesson so you don't have to learn it again, and then opening yourself up to the freedom and liberation of a new beginning, right? That all that heavy energy kind of dissipates or is released, and you have this beautiful new beginning. So that's how they're amplifying you, is, you know, learning the lessons, taking what they're learning from you, or helping you see what's next to be learned and then expanding it. Really nice. All right, what's the lesson here? Card 3, we have the Tower. And for the lesson, it's like, what haven't you learned so far? What kind of is something that you would want to focus on a little bit more? And I feel like sometimes with the Tower energy, it's less about what's falling down and more about the red flags, right? The signs that there are cracks in the foundation and that something is not sustainable. And we can sometimes run roughshod over that. You know, we don't really want to stop and pay attention to that and shore up the foundation. And as a result, we often set ourselves up for things to kind of come tumbling down because we're getting all the signs and we're not paying attention to it. So I'm seeing this more as, you know, because we're talking about a lesson here, that it's important to learn to stop, to pull yourself back, to attend to things that are obvious cracks and not just, you know, leave it on the back burner, so that you don't have things that are very devastating or disruptive in the middle, you know, coming out of nowhere. Now, what's the blessing? And I love this Six of Wands as the blessing, which is what, you know, when you're focusing on negative, okay, and sometimes while we're not focused on the signs, the cracks in the foundation, we're more focused on potential devastation. It's like we bypass the obvious signs at the point where we can still repair something, and we push our minds into worst case scenario, like catastrophizing. So I'm feeling that very strongly for here. And then the blessing is what you've missed so far while focusing on maybe the negative or the worry or the self-doubt, that there's something really beautiful here between the two of you that presents itself as a meeting of the minds of where the win-win outcome exists. The Six of Wands is a triumphant homecoming, right? The knight's coming back from battle to tell the king, no blood was shed, no men were lost, our kingdoms made peace, and he's coming back a hero. So it's a victory card. It's about triumph and victory. And so maybe what you're missing so far, I think I said this also for Leo, right? It's like missing the forest for the trees. When we get too myopic and we're looking at what's potentially going to fall down here, we miss what we already have, where we already have agreement, where we're already aligned, where we already have opportunities for compromise. And of course, I'm talking about in your relationship. And where do we validate each other? And let's use that as a jumping off point and come at it from that position and then say, but there's this thing that I just feel like if I don't tell you about it, it's going to come back to bite both of us. So that would be focusing on the cracks instead of catastrophizing about an impending tower. Now, what's the warning? And it's not the greatest phrase to say what's the warning, but I can't think of any other way to say it. What can you learn that will maintain this connection in a healthy way? And we have judgment. It's about forgiveness. Okay, so first we have to forgive self, and then judgment is also about second chances through forgiveness. And the archangel is calling the sinners up and saying, I'm going to grant you another chance, a second chance at life, at love, at joy, at bliss, right? At happiness. And all you got to do is sort of forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And then forgive the other. So I do feel like, maintaining this connection in a healthy way is going to require you answering that call. Answering that call. This is Pluto's energy. Pluto rules Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season right now, so that kind of rings true to me. And then in the heartwarming position, we've got what do you need to know for the future? We have the star, and that's to keep hope alive, is to believe, to trust that the universe has your back, will grant the wish, will allow the dream to manifest. It's a beautiful, beautiful message. It's also about what positives this person brings into your life moving forward. And it's the energy of healing, of hope, of healing. So lovely overall message. As you know, I'm just giving you the broad energies. Let's see what astrologically, I'm only going to give you from the main spread. We have Mars here, which rules Aries. We have Judgment, I said Pluto, rules Scorpio. We have the star, which is Aquarian energy. And we have the World card, which is Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn, and it used to rule Aquarius. So we have Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Capricorn as the energies that are guiding this particular reading. So you can look to those areas in your chart, see where it lands. I'm looking at the Six of Swords here. Yes, great communication, knowing what you want, talking about the path forward, and moving beyond anything that smacks of insecurity or feeling sort of devalued or shunned out in the cold. You're bringing each other. How does this person demonstrate that they're an extension of you? There's communication that's always trying to lead to some peace, to some calm, in terms of where we're headed next, right? and how to come to terms with those unconscious energies that have us fearing rejection and abandonment, or that we're responding to because at some point along the way we have felt that somebody did not treat us as valuable. So, interesting. For the World card, I'm just going to pull one card. This is how they amplify you. Beautiful. With the Hermit, it's about, the journey to self-awareness. The journey to self-awareness, to understand, like introspection, understanding what makes you tick and how you operate. And you can only find that by doing a little self-discovery. And it is a solitary journey. It is not something someone can do with you or for you. So I love that what's landing here on the World is, this person, the time that you're apart, they really spend in a valuable way because they want a second chance. They want to answer this call. They want reconciliation or reunion or redemption or whatever, and they want to offer that to you as well. And the only way that that can be accomplished is to kind of take a deep dive into the self and to come out of that journey a lot wiser. The Hermit is wisdom. Beautiful. Right? So that shows you also how they're amplifying what's already great in you, but also how you can make it a little better. Okay, so it gives you a focus for some personal growth, not just awareness, but like an inventory, right? When you go within and you say, all right, I'm running a check, I'm running a check on how I'm all aligned and finding where maybe I'm a little bit off or where I diverge from what it is I truly want. Yeah, it's that kind of a thing. So now I want to look at this Tower. Oh, perfect. My goodness. Yes, for start. Okay. So what lies beneath the surface here, remember with the Tower, this is the lesson position. What you haven't learned so far is, you kind of have a very firm grasp on some self-protection and guarded energy. This is sort of maybe beneath the surface. Maybe you're not even really aware that you're doing it. But there are always opportunities for a new beginning should you have a collapse. There's always a fresh start. There's always something to be learned. Page of Pentacles that will point to where the cracks in the foundation are, that will point to what's not sustainable. So you don't really have to keep your heart shielded. You can't expect to really grow or expand at all. This feels very retracting, right? Like shrinking into self instead of stepping forward to say, well, if I want a new beginning, I've got to take that first step. And what am I here to learn about this? So I really like that for you. I feel that it's doable. It's something that this person is amplifying. I'm now seeing new beginning. I'm seeing this fresh start energy. What's to be learned? How are we communicating about it so we can get to some peace of mind and sort of leave this behind? This is what's in the turbulent waters, right? What's ahead of us, is whatever we want it to be. And so I do feel like this person has the capacity to bring out the best in you. That doesn't mean that it's working all the time and firing on all cylinders. But if you're going to be a good energetic match for each other, I love this spread to sort of point out how. A lot of you come in the comments or to private readings saying, how do I do this? How am I going to, attract the best of this person? This is the kind of spread that points that out. Okay, what's the blessing? Ooh, Six of Wands. Page of Wands, optimism, manifestation in the Magician for the future. Yes, kind of like this too for you. So it's what you're missing while focused on things that bother you, worry you, have you in doubt, have you in fear, have you in more negative expressions. This is about optimism and the excitement of what the possibilities are as we kind of pull together, as we try to reconcile a difference, or as we try to find our way to some kind of middle ground where we will forge a win-win outcome. It's what you're manifesting. And underneath, with that 10 of Pentacles, we're talking about, life partnership. We're talking about the future and what it holds for us and all the beauty and abundance that it is that we seek. So if you're manifesting from positive energy, from excitement, from passion, almost kind of, that childlike wonder and the sense of joy, it makes that moment of whether we're going to have a truce or whether we're going to make peace over something, whether we're going to reconcile somewhere where we're at odds, whatever that Six of Wands means to you. It's a general reading, so you got to take it as it speaks to you, okay? Make it your own. But the Six of Wands is also a victory card. And if you're manifesting a victory, like overcoming something where the tower lives, where we've got some instability or the ground is quaking beneath our feet, if we want to overcome that, we've got to first be optimistic. This isn't going to help. Okay? So I love the Page of Wands. I love the Page of Pentacles because it's saying, yeah, there are things to be learned and some things we have to go back to the drawing board. But for now, we've got to be curious and open-minded and positive. I love it. So what can you learn that will help you maintain this connection in a healthy way? We have Judgment. Let me pull a card on that. Oh, absolutely. Forgiveness for the ghosts of Christmas past, the Five of Cups. This is self-forgiveness and also forgiveness for your person, because it's talking about mistakes that have been made. Mistakes of the past, regrets of the past, any kind of guilt that may be lingering, any kind of deeply rooted sorrow or grief. The warning is, deal with that, allow it to be redeemed, give it space, hold space to not punish yourself or each other around mistakes of the past. It requires a letting go, for sure. That one really got me. I felt that. And then the heartwarming energy of what you need to know for the future. We have the Star. Positives this person will bring into your life, wish fulfillment for a beautiful divine feminine, the Lovers, how you pull together, how you choose this this divine connection, this sacred connection. It's a choice, and the choice is to sort of trust that what is being put in front of you is something that will allow you to feel good, instead of living in fear and living in self-protection, restricted, constricted mode, and living in fear of being rejected or abandoned. Or if you have already had that happen in this connection and you're going through round 2 of a reconciliation, or round 3, 4, or 40, doesn't matter. If there is, 40 would be problematic, so I exaggerate. But if you can find your way to, this is the warning, if you can find your way to forgiveness for those mistakes, if you can find forgiveness for the soul having the human experience, it's the human part that we have to forgive. The soul knows where to go and how to operate. It's the human that kind of intercedes and that often gets it wrong, because we have ego, and the soul isn't egoic. The human aspect is egoic and kind of operates from the level of ego, which is often shrouded in fear, because it wants to keep us safe by by happenstance, it also keeps us small. So this to me feels expansive, with the star kind of guiding the way. It's very hopeful. It's very healing. It brings in energies of wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, and all because you're open and receptive, which means ready to receive it because you've already made your choice. You've already chosen the sacred connection. That feels really good. So that, like I said, is the overall energy, and in the extended, I'm seeing this as more of an exploration of your person's hidden energies, what they want to say to you, their higher vibration versus their lower vibration. What are you dealing with right now? How do you notice it? Or identify it so that you can shift your energetic response accordingly. That means you don't have to go into protection mode or, keeping somebody at arm's length. You don't have to worry about things that haven't happened and that likely won't. Okay, you can focus more on the positive. You don't have to live in the past. You can make peace with it and let it go by being able to recognize optimal times to approach a person, what to say, what not to say. It's a really helpful spread, is what I'm trying to say. I'll also look at their general feelings, however that comes through. Sometimes it's feelings about you, sometimes it's feelings about the situation, sometimes it's how they're feeling about themselves, and I'll look at their intentions, which is really important, because if you don't know what's right here, top of mind for how this person is going to move forward with you, then that leaves you in a whole lot of insecurity. So the links for that are below, and be sure you read when you click to purchase. Be sure you read what you're getting, because two of them are monthly memberships. One of them is just a one-time only. Also, if you haven't yet done so, but you've been enjoying my readings, please do subscribe below. Wherever you see that subscribe button, click it. And once you've done that, click on the the bell icon so that you get your notifications. If you're not getting notifications and you've been sort of signed up and subscribed, unclick it, click it again, or refresh your app. Oftentimes it just kind of gets glitchy. And then as for the like, if you give it a thumbs up, there should be a comment box that you can swipe, 3 little horizontal dots. If you swipe to the left, you can hype this reading. And that has made a big difference in how it helps get the videos out into the algorithm more. It's telling the algorithm, we like this video. So thank you for those of you who have been doing so and coming into the comments and letting me know. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Sag, or whoever you are watching. And I'm going to head to the extended. The links are below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.